The low-down dirty secrets of the Metropolitan Police exposed. Plus, how the court allowed themselves to be used as instruments of fraud by the Metropolitan Police. My objective is to give you an insight into the depths individuals within the Metropolitan Police will go in order not to be exposed as liars and crooks. I will also expose an ex-military police officer who now holds a senior position in a top jewelry company, who willingly and or otherwise supplied a false witness statement to shore up the police's defense in a civil court case, when she knew or ought to have known that the statement that she was making was false. I will expose the steps the police and or their solicitor have or will use against any litigant who bring court cases against them. I will expose the behind-the-scene activities of the Metropolitan Police officers when a complaint is lodged with the IPCC, which is then investigated by the local police force. In effect, they're investigating themselves. This will give you an insight into how Metropolitan Police start to build their fabrication of lies from the point of receiving the IPCC complaint. I have never been arrested in my entire life, and I have no criminal record. This is my case, and this is a real event. On the 5th of December 2013, I found my image with 19 other individuals on the Met Police Most Wanted poster, outside a closed Metropolitan Police station in Arrow Road, West London. I took several pictures of the poster, but I wanted this poster taken down as quickly as possible, because I knew I had not done anything wrong to warrant my image being on the Met Police Most Wanted. Straight away I called Crime Stopper. They said it's nothing to do with them. Then I called 999, gave them my details and the image number 113699. The call taker said someone will contact me within 24 hours, but no one did. The same day, I went to Paddington Green Police Station to make a complaint, but all they said was call 101 because they do not take complaints. The following day, about 3 p.m., I was walking past the same police station. All the information boards had been cut down and the naked edges taped up. On the 7th of April 2014, I made a formal complaint with the IPCC via their website. All the information I'm going to expose from this point is evidence supplied to me by the Metropolitan Police within the course of a civil claim against them. The claim was issued at the Royal Courts of Justice at the Central London County Court with me as a litigant in person. The case went all the way to 3 interim hearings. 2 applications for myself for strikeout of the defendant's defense, 1 for standard abuse of process. First hearing stayed for amendments. After the amendments, the direction questionnaire stage repeated itself. Then I applied for a second strikeout and summary judgment on the grounds that the defendant provided to the court false and falsified documents and exhibits in the first hearing. The second application took the defense by surprise. Within 3 days of my application, they provided a false witness statement from Ellen McKay, an ex-military police officer who now holds a senior position in Tiffany & Co. as the European Director of Security. The cause of action I chose was 1. Breach of the Human Rights Act, Article 8. 2. Misfeasting in public office. 3. Misuse of private information under the Data Protection Act, 1998. In order to take the matter to court, it took me 7 months of studying the Inns of Court School of Law manuals in civil litigation, drafting, evidence, case preparation, Advocacy, and last but not least, Pleading Without Tears by William M. Rose. Then reading case law pertaining to my type of case. At individual stages in the proceedings, I would refer back to the manual when necessary to reassure myself that I was doing everything correctly. My motto is to check, double check, and check again. At this stage, I considered myself well prepared to go forward with my case. But I also used every opportunity to learn from the opposition's legal team. I was aware of all the court tools and decided which ones to use in the most cost-effective way to keep my costs down. On the 23rd of May 2014, I received a reply from the Police Professional Standards in regards to my complaint. The following information is based on evidence received from the defendant within the proceedings of the court case. Step 1 in the Metropolitan Police Dirty Tactics. Connect the image to an alleged unsolved crime and include it as an extra suspect on a CRIS crime report. On the 27th of May 2014, about 10:45 a.m., the Metropolitan Police Station in Paddington Green, West London, received my complaint from the IPCC. The first actions of the police immediately after the receipt of my complaint: 1. Pass this information to the line manager. 2. Between 12:07 and 12:09 p.m., M.H. Wood reopened the Tiffany & Co. crime file, which had not been opened since the 27th of June 2013. 3. He then makes additional entries and closes the file. What these additional entries are has never been disclosed at any stage. On the 10th of June 2014, I received a call from a Detective Sergeant Brendan Gibbs, who left a message on my voicemail for me to call him back. When I called him back, he contended that the image was connected with an incident at Tiffany & Co. He explained that staff mistakenly thought that I was involved in a crime because I was following two people who went on to commit a crime, but he can see that I was totally innocent of any crime. When I asked for the time and date of the incident, he contended that he would need to call me back. To my surprise, he called me back the following day, on the 11th of June 2014, with the requested information.
To save, press 2. To delete, press... Hello, this is a message from Mr. Howard Fowler. My name is Brendan Gibbs. I'm a Detective Sergeant from Westminster Police. I'm ringing you in regard to the complaint about your photograph being displayed on the Next Most Wanted. Could you please ring me back, please, on 0207. That's Detective Sergeant Brendan Gibbs on 020. Save messages. Main menu. To listen to your messages, press 1. To change your first saved message. Received Wednesday, June the 11th at 2:05 p.m. Hello, Brendan Gibbs from the Metropolitan Police. Again, I'm ringing up to confirm the date and time of the incident in Tiffany, in Bond Street. Old Bond Street, 25 Old Bond Street, Westminster. It happened on the 24th of December 2012. That's the 24th of December 2012 at about 3:43 in the afternoon. If you could ring me back on the number I provided. I am about to attend the meeting, so I won't be available for the rest of the day, unfortunately, unless you ring me back within the next 20 minutes. Alternatively, please call me tomorrow, just to confirm that on Monday, December the 24th of 2012, at 1:45 in the afternoon at Old Bond Street, Westminster. Thank you very much. I'll give you my number again. It's 020-7321.
Commentary. Common sense dictates that if the image complained of was really connected to a real crime, the police would not be calling me on the phone. The first thing I would expect them to do is to knock on my door and interview me about the crime committed at Tiffany & Co. at 25 Old Bond Street on the 24th of December 2012. On the 22nd of July 2014, about 20:59 p.m., I made a second complaint with the IPCC, alleging that the said detective was not treating my complaint seriously. I also alleged that the detective was fabricating evidence. Commentary. The fact that the image was my image, and I have not been to Tiffany & Co. and or the West End of London for over 20 years would suggest to a reasonable person and one with common sense that the information from the detective can only be a fabricated story. Step 3 in the Metropolitan Police Dirty Tactics. Don't reply to any further complaint. The Metropolitan Police failed to reply at all to address the second complaint. They, in effect, dismissed it without a reply. The outcome letter from the Detective Sergeant Brendan Gibbs. On the 10th of October 2014, I received an outcome letter by email from the investigating officer, Detective Sergeant Brendan Gibbs. In this letter, he goes on to repeat the alleged fabricated evidence that officers attended 25 Old Bond Street, London W1S 4GH, on the 24th of December 2012. The officers received an allegation of theft of jewelry from staff. The staff showed officers CCTV images of 3 people they believed were involved in the theft. The 3 people entered the store at the same time and appeared to staff to know each other. He further contended that during my investigation I accepted that you had no part in the offense and I've ensured your image has been removed from the list. Commentary. To my surprise, this letter and or its contents did not make any difference to District Judge Worthington at the interim hearing on the 9th of January 2017. I invited the judge to read this letter. He declined to do so, although this letter was in my bundle of evidence.